famous person. This is enough fame for me, it really is. I will not be able to leave my room without a pair of fake eyelashes for the next 72 hours, just you watch. However, unbeknownst to me, I have indeed actually become the most famous Jane Curry in the world. Yeah. If you type Jane Curry into the internet, if you put Jane Curry into Google, out of 485,000 results, my website is the top of the list. Yes! Now, 4 or 5 down the list, it does become Indian recipes. There's a very good chicken tikka on the second page, you should try it. But the same applies to my husband, for Steve. If you try very hard, with a lot of effort, a huge amount of effort, and a little bit of luck, you'll get to where you want to be, and that was the case for Steve. In 2007, he qualified to play in the British Open. I'm going to say that again because it's much more impressive than that. It's a major. Steve played in the British Open. Hello! Yeah. Now, I was on a ship at the time, and in 2007, the Open was at Carnoustie in Scotland. So, yes! They don't have any running water or electricity up there. This is as exciting as it gets for them. But, yes. So I flew myself straight to Edinburgh Airport, and they sent a Lexus to pick me up. I was like, this is what I've signed up for. None of that carrying the sticks myself business, you know. So I go into the clubhouse, and I get my pink Access All Areas pass, where I can go into the players' tent, and I had my breakfast with Sir Nick Faldo. Yes, 4 bottles of Budweiser. Well, it's free. Ladies, never drink 4 bottles of beer before a round of golf. There's no toilets for the first 6 holes. It's just a good job those umbrellas are so big. So before the tournament starts, a few days in advance, you can pay a small amount of money and you can go into the course, and they erect this stand that overlooks the practice area, and you can sit there and you can watch your heroes preparing for the tournament. So I'm sat up here in the stand going, "Ooh, Steve!" And he comes out with his little basket of balls like this, and he's hitting balls like this. Not like that, or he wouldn't be in the British Open, you know what I mean? The guy next to him was the guy that could hit the ball the furthest in the world, John Daly, with his basket of balls like this. Next to him was the big man himself, Tiger Woods, with his basket of balls like this. So I'm actually up here going, "Steve! Steve, it's Tiger Woods!" And he's going, "Jane, look, it's Tiger Woods!" Now, if you are Steve Parry from Bolton in Lancashire, or you are Tiger Woods with your entourage of staff, if you want to play a practice round, you have to go into the clubhouse and write your name on a piece of paper on the wall with a pencil. That's as advanced as it is. So if you get there in advance, you can put your name down next to anyone. We didn't know this at the time. So in 2007, Steve ended up playing practice rounds with Rory Sabatini, Chad Campbell, Henrik Stenson, David Frost, some of the biggest names in golf at the time. So the tournament starts. And on the second day, on the second hole, his second shot went into a bush, and it all went a bit pear-shaped after that. And unfortunately, he didn't make the cut. He didn't make the cut! So we're in the car on the way home, and we're listening to the coverage on the radio, and I said to him, "You devastated you're not still there, my love?" He said, "Do you know what, Jane, I'm not. I achieved everything I set out to achieve as a boy today. I played in one of the biggest tournaments in the world." I said, "You did?" I said, "Steve, what was the highlight of your experience at the British Open?" He said, "Jane, the highlight of my experience at the British Open is when Vijay Singh bought me a hot dog." played golf in front of millions of people worldwide. Half the local town came to support you. We've been chauffeur-driven for a week, we stayed in a fancy hotel, and the highlight of your experience is when Vijay Singh bought you a hot dog. He said, well, Jane, they were $10. You can take the boy out of Manchester, you cannot take Manchester out of the boy. No. Well, it's all true, I wouldn't mind. When I came to try and find a song I thought best summed up my relationship with Steve, I never thought I would find it in a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical. As I may have mentioned last night, my husband is a redhead. He's my 5th ginger boyfriend. I don't really know why that is. I just have a penchant with redhead blokes. He's fiery, he's impulsive, he's passionate, he's flighty, he's ambitious, he's all these things. But he's also a little bit of, well, he likes to think he's an entrepreneur, and he's got this book that he writes all his ideas in, and it's called The Scheming Book. And every time he comes up with a scheme, he writes it in this book, and he thinks he's going to make us millionaires. Now, his current scheme is that he wants us to stand at the top of the road in the morning and throw bacon sandwiches through people's windows as they drive past, therefore eliminating the need for a drive-through. I said to him, Steve, I have a university degree. I am not standing at the top of the road throwing sandwiches through people's windows. And if you spent less time writing in the scheming book and more time practicing putting that ball in the hole, we wouldn't need the scheming book. Now, maybe the ladies will corroborate this, that it's not necessarily always men's strongest suit, their ability to tell us how they feel about things. I think it makes them a bit less of a man. But you know what, that's certainly the case for Steve, but every now and again he will do something that makes me realise this is the reason why I cling on to this roller coaster of a marriage that I belong to. Somebody was saying to me earlier, it's like, you don't even see each other. I was like, no, that's why we're still married. Honestly, it really is. He has on paper, he's got the perfect wife, hasn't he? She's only there half of the year. He has the remote control whenever he wants it. He can go out with his friends for a beer whenever he likes, and I'll never even know about it. However, it is difficult, it's a tough life. Now, I'm not going to tell you which musical this is from. You can tell me at the end. But listen to the lyrics, because I think, ladies, you will feel my pain.